Senor, let's go back to Qatar a little bit because I was seeing like the hotel that you stayed at in Qatar, by the way. Dinero lo pendejo, huh? That's for sure, right? I stayed part of my trip in what we call the Infonavit. You know exactly. If you guys don't know what Infonavit is in Qatar, you guys have to Google that. And I don't even. Oh, I do have pictures. Señor, it was like $100 a night per room, right? And it was very basic. It was pretty cool. Y te digo, como me quedé con la gente bajar, you know what, bro? Like, no le hice emoción. And then they're like, but then we drove by this very expensive hotels, $5,000, $10,000 a night. And I'm like, oh my God. And then when I saw where you stayed, I'm like, no, mames. So how much was your hotel? Talk about like the regular price and then points, and how much did you end up paying for that?
So back to when I started planning the world trip, the first thing I did was let me get my hotel with points, and there was nothing available.
Uh-huh.
Because the demand is so high, they didn't need to have rooms available with points. They could get cash for it, so it was not available. But just like I've told you, like I'm always just planning, just looking for hotels or flights or whatever. I was in Germany for Oktoberfest. I was on the train and I was like, well, let me see if there's anything with points.
Were you already living there, or ya no estabas viendo ya?
No.
You planned this?
No, I just went to Oktoberfest with my uncle.
Okay.
And so I was like looking, let's see if there's anything, and it let me book a hotel with Marriott using points. I was like I couldn't believe it. Like we got off the train, I left my bag in the train because I was just like, what just happened? Like I was able to book this freaking hotel with points. And yeah, I was like, yeah, I just couldn't believe it. So, because it wasn't available, it was a glitch, it was some mistake because it was a new hotel. So the hotel is the St. Regis Marsa Arabia Island.
¿Dónde estaba? In the Pearl?
The Pearl.
Ugh.
The Pearl, Qatar, it's like
Yep.
the cream of the crop or whatever, like the best. And that, that's a man-made island, the Pearl. And the hotel is like right in the center of the Pearl. It's a pretty badass hotel.
How many points did it cost you?
So it let me book it for 160,000 Marriott points. I mean, in terms of how much that's worth.
In dollars, like did I have to spend $160,000? No creo. Huh?
No. Because, I think I got 150,000 from one of the cards with Marriott that I got. So almost with one card, I was able to get that.
How much was it, like the regular price?
So I booked up because I have screenshots. I always keep my I love screenshots of like stuff that I booked, so I can go back and compare and see, whether it was a good deal or not. So the day I booked it with the points, that same room for the 5 nights would have been $29,000.
$29,000 for that week. ¿Y tú pagaste out of your own money?
For the hotel, nothing, just 160,000 points. And sometimes they'll charge like a resort fee or something, but no, this one they didn't charge me anything.
Bro, do they treat you different knowing that you pay with points, or just like they don't really care?
No, because there's not really a way to tell. I mean, they could if they want look it up and stuff, but even with the flights and everything, it's just you're the same. You're an equal. You just gotta pretend.
Let's take this back. So in your hotel, Qatar, regular price $29,000
for 5 nights. Yeah.
For 5 nights, and I can verify that's regular price. You paid $0.
Yeah. Well, yes, I paid $0 for the hotel, but let me go back and tell you what I had to do to secure.
Go for it.
So within 2 or 3 days, the property emailed me. They're like, "Hey, sir, we need you to cancel it because it was a mistake. There's a glitch." And I was like, No.
Oh, so they did call you to cancel it.
Yeah, but they wanted me to cancel it. I said, you know what? If it was a real glitch, they would cancel it. Like, they would just be like, no, you can't. But they said we need you to cancel it because if I cancel it, because when you confirm a hotel,
this is good.
You pretty much have a contract. It's like I got my confirmation. I've paid for it
directly from there.
Yeah. Okay. So I have my contract. Like I paid, or it's already paid with points, but it's already paid. And they're like, we need you to cancel it. There was a mistake. I was like, no, bro. Like I ain't canceling.
¿Cuánto se tardaron en que te hablaron? Like next day?
It was like 2 or 3 days after I booked it. And I was just this whole time reading up, like, what can I do about this? And, and I came to, like, their terms and conditions and stuff about their loyalty program. And they have this thing called Marriott has this thing called Marriott reservation guarantee, like that, where they're like, if we can't honor your reservation, we'll put you up in a different hotel and give you some points, whatever. And I'd used that before. But there's like a little asterisk, and it says at St. Regis or Ritz-Carlton, which are their high-end properties, they're like, for us to do that, you have to be a titanium member or above. Now, to be a titanium member, you need to be stay 70 nights. I don't know, something like. The bottom line is that I was 14 nights short of being titanium. So, what did I do? I checked in and out of hotels here in El Paso, 14 nights. So, I spent $1,600 to do that. Now, did I have to do that? Maybe they would have honored it without it, but I didn't want to take that chance. So, I did this whole calculation. I'm like, okay, so I'm going to pay $1,600, but this is going to give me the best chance of them having to honor it because this is in their freaking terms.
Easy, no way. Yeah, you were out of $1,600.
Yeah, but that was my risk, and I was like, by spending $1,600, I'm also earning this many points.
Okay.
And,
wow.
My loss would have been, no more than that. Like, it was a bet. It's a gamble, right? I said, look, I'm going to bet $1,600, but if I win, I'm going to win the equivalent of $29,000.
Yeah.
If I lose, that's all I lose. I can't lose anymore. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take that gamble. So that's what I did. So once I earned my titanium status, then I replied to them.
Okay, espérame. So they send you an email like 2-3 days, hey, wait, like you need to cancel, or they suggested you cancel. Tú luego lo dijiste, okay, I'm gonna do this. So you booked it. You did this for 14 nights, and then you replied.
Yeah. And then another thing in their terms about that reservation guarantee is that the hotel has to be open and operating. Now, that was a brand new hotel. They hadn't opened at the beginning. So they opened October 15th. So I waited for them to open and for me to earn the status. And that's when I replied. Now, I had booked some other hotels for the 2 nights prior, because I was getting there 2 nights prior, that I knew what the hotels were asking for. They're like, we need your, like your FIFA application number, your ticket number, and all this other stuff. So I knew what they needed. So instead of replying and saying, what do you mean? I just replied and said, hey, here's my ticket number and all this stuff. I look forward to being there, whatever. And then, they sent me 2 emails about me canceling it. And once I send them all the information and everything, they're just like, we look forward to seeing you here. So.
Wow. Guys, if you can, please Google Infonavit from Qatar and then Google that hotel and you can understand a little bit of what I'm feeling right now. Bro, that's awesome, bro. I feel like we could stay talking for hours about the World Cup because there's so many things. Not a lot of people from Juárez went, pero del Paso como que no hay tantos